What's up, my good people? This is your boy Cornelius Jones, 10-minute investing. I got to keep my eyes on the road. Won't be looking at the camera. Yes, I am driving. Do not try this at home, by the way. Nah, but I got my camera set up. I'm keeping my eyes on the road. But I got quite a bit along of a drive here, and I just want to multitask. I said this is a great time to get a video done while I have some things on my mind. Ladies and gentlemen, what you're going to hear in this video, you're not going to hear on any other channel. Ladies and gentlemen, my thesis for why XRP is going to be valued at $10,000 and more, I haven't been shy about it. I've been very vocal about it since my very early days on YouTube discussing XRP. I'm not backing down from a $10,000 XRP. And in this video, I want to explain to you why I think XRP is going to be well beyond $10,000. And I hope that you understand the logic and the facts behind what I'm saying. This is not hype. I'm not trying to be a moon boy. I am literally looking at macroeconomic factors and figures that are going to require certain liquidity. And the math is the math. Ladies and gentlemen, my thesis for why XRP is going to be highly valued at numbers beyond your wildest dreams is all centered around the fact that in the future, exchanges will not have any XRP left. Exchanges are going to run out of XRP. Mark my words. As adoption grows in this DeFi system, in this digital system, this new financial system, as adoption grows, more and more XRP will leave the exchanges. Where will it go? It will go towards protocols that will earn yield on XRP and compound that yield in XRP. That's where it's going to go, by the droves. And because of that wonderful yielding opportunity that gives people both a yielding asset plus an appreciating asset at the same time, that is institutional grade compliant, it's going to be the hottest commodity to hold in the land. And there won't be much XRP left on exchanges eventually. Ladies and gentlemen, shout out to Lewis Jackson, because Lewis Jackson helped everybody really get the fact that, if you weren't thinking about it that deeply, when it comes to ODL payments, all of that volume is coming straight from the exchanges. XRP being bought and sold instantly. Boom, bam. So it doesn't matter. It's buy, sell. It's not affecting the price. And that's true. However, it's not the buy, sell, the daily buy, sales in these transactions that we want to raise the price. That's not what's happening. What's raising the price is the overall liquidity demand compared to what's available in the exchanges. That's what's going to raise the price. Why? Because XRP must be able to scale to meet liquidity needs. Now, I haven't gotten to the point you've never heard on anybody else's channel, so stick with me. Imagine a world, here we go, this is it. Imagine a world, Lord Jesus. Thank God my eyes are on the road. Imagine a world where there is only 15 million drops of XRP left on exchanges. Let that sink in. 15 million, not XRP, drops. That's it. 15 million drops of XRP left on exchanges. I'm telling you people, my thesis is on the foundation that exchanges won't have XRP. 15 million drops of XRP is equivalent to 15 XRP. Why do you think they got XRP measured in drops? Every XRP has 1 million drops. It's divisible by 1 million drops. You don't think that has any purpose to it? Call me crazy. Imagine a world where there's only 15 million drops of XRP left, because everything is measured in drops in this world. We measure it in XRP today. In this world, XRP is going to be measured in drops. And 15 million drops of XRP must be sufficient enough to handle liquidity of 100 trillion a day. If you think 100 trillion a day in flows of money moving all over the world, remember, everything's going to be running on top of the XRP ledger. We heard that on Fox just the other day. we understand that that type of liquidity, 100 trillion a day, given the highest possible velocity of XRP. Do you know what XRP would have to be valued in that type of scenario? About 10 billion per coin. 15 million drops of XRP would have to each, that 15 XRP each, that would have to be worth 10 billion each. So that's $150 billion of liquidity in ODL. And given the high velocity, that would be enough to handle that type of volume. But what about the rest of the XRP that's outside of ODL, that is in the lending protocols, that's earning yield? Well, yeah, that XRP's value is going up too. And it's going to add to the pie of appreciation while giving us yield. It's going to be a never-ending cycle, people. And the more yield we get, the higher XRP goes, the more people are going to pull it off the market. And the more we get involved with DeFi, the more banks are, the more this world is transitions over. That's just going to be more volume, more volume, more volume. The volume is going to increase, all the while the scarcity is going to continue to decrease. That 15 XRP that's available in a couple years after that, maybe 5 years after that, that's 15 is going to go down to 10 XRP available. And I meant to say 10 XRP available, not 15. I meant to start with 10. And then that 10 will go down to 7. But you get my point. Ladies and gentlemen, as time goes by, XRP is going to leave the exchanges. Consider this. Right now, we understand it's been about somewhere between 10 and 15 million XRP that has been burned so far. Nothing. That's negligible, right? So let's just, since we're rounding, let's just say the 400 billion is still in circulation. We're going to include the XRP in escrow for right now. We're just talking about all of XRP. Now imagine all of this XRP right now, how much of it is available to exchanges right now? Guess what? Only 1.6 billion. Out of all XRP, the exchanges only have 1.6 billion right now. That's less than 2% of all XRP in a world where adoption has not happened yet. So where is all this other XRP? It's held by retail, whales, and institutions. Mainly, most of it outside the escrow, because the escrow is only down to 30 billion now. That other 50 to 60 something billion XRP, most of that is held by institutions, people. That means the XRP that Ripple's been selling to institutions all this time, it never touched the exchanges. It never touched the exchanges. Now, I'm sure there are certain whale accounts that certain people, that certain higher-ups may be using to try to manipulate the market. That's another story. But the point is, in a world before adoption, less than 2% XRP available to exchanges. I'm telling you that number is going to decrease drastically as adoption ensues. That's what I'm telling you. And if I'm right about that, and we get to a point where there's less than 100 XRP available on the market, all the while the ODL volume is just going up every year, what's going to happen when XRP scales to meet that liquidity? We going to be rich, bitch! That's what's going to happen. Woo! All right. This is your boy Cornelius Jones, 10 Minute Investing. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll holler at you guys on the next one.